Foxglove friends, welcome to today's reading. I'm Rosalind and this is Foxglove Coaching Spiritual Guidance. So today I thought we'd have a look at why did this person, so whichever person you're thinking of, why did this person lie to me? Now this is a big subject because it can apply in lots of different ways, and it has applied to people I've engaged with recently, and I've gone, oh, I wonder why they're doing that. Either because somebody promised to show up and they didn't, or somebody trying to convince me of something that isn't actually real, you know, things like that. So I thought I'd do this video, and it can span from really big things to really little things. So sometimes people might tell little white lies in an effort to not hurt your feelings. You know, there's a big range. So just have a little think of the person that you are wanting to inquire about. Take some nice deep breaths, and when you're ready, the timestamps for your reading are in the description section. And if this does resonate, please do click on like and subscribe, because it helps to grow my channel so that I can help more people like you. Thank you for watching, Foxglove friends. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to today's reading. You have picked the card of the Pioneer. So there's a lot of yellow and blue in this card, which are colours of Archangel Michael actually. And I noticed as I put these cards out, the first two colours were relating to Archangel Michael, and the third was relating to Archangel Raphael. So you may have some protection going on around you at the minute, Pile 1. The yellow tends to represent a lot going on in the mind, a lot of thoughts, a lot of action taking place. And you can see with the light bulb here glowing with the heart in it, maybe the person you're inquiring about is somebody who is imaginative or has lots of different ideas. The light attributes which are shown in this says a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. The shadow aspect is a compulsive need to keep moving on. So it may be somebody who is not very consistent, or may keep disappearing out of your life maybe, or just may not be settled enough to have a grounded relationship with you. But I'm going to get some cards out and we're going to see what comes up so that we can understand a little bit more about this card. So let's have a look in the first instance. What has been going on for Pile 1, please, Spirit? So we have got the Knight of Wands in reverse. So the Knight of Wands, the right way up, is usually it's positivity about somebody who's able to keep changing and shifting and being flexible and moving quickly to put their ideas into action. So we've got ideas, and somebody, there may be, just for some of you, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, there may be elements of ADHD as part of this character trait. So let's put that there. So that's come up in reverse, which could show that maybe their fast movement is a bit on the flighty side. It's not constructive in a positive way, or maybe there's some manipulation sometimes that takes place. We've got the Queen of Wands. So this again is somebody as a leader, but again somebody who is able to, with both these characters, we've got people who are representing themselves in different ways to different people, which might be an issue with what's going on here, Pile 1, that they're not consistently just being themselves, or being true to themselves even. They might be trying to satisfy the needs of many by changing the face of who they are. Let's have a look. What else has been going on? Got the Six of Coins, which is usually a very giving card. So you may have given quite a lot to this person, or you may have found that they're very giving. Perhaps you're finding that you're giving a lot to this person, and what you're expecting to receive in return isn't actually what you're getting, because they're kind of all over the place. They're all over the place in their head. They're all over the place with the way that they approach the world, and can't actually find it difficult to be consistently one person all the time. There might be an element of insecurity or a lack of strength of will. So, you know, if there's been issues in childhood with this person at all, sometimes it can skip a phase of psychological development in which the willpower to say yes or no and set their boundaries in a positive way, that's not there, which can make them a bit flighty and all over the place. So I feel like there might be a variation of degrees of how serious or how not serious this is for whoever's watching pile 1, because this is for a reading for many people. So just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. We've got the Three of Cups in reverse. Now that's good, because the Three of I was thinking of the Three of Swords. No, that's not so good, because usually the Three of Cups is engaging with other people and groups of people in a fun and happy way. This way up, they may be getting pushed and pulled about by too many people, or trying to please too many people in a negative way, which is potentially why they aren't sticking to what they're saying, which it makes them seem like they aren't being truthful, because they're being too flexible to other people. Yeah, there's a lack of balance for this person, pile 1. This is very interesting. So, and it's coming across that they're either. So where is the lie? I feel the lie is potentially to themselves, that there's an insecurity, that they give too much to other people in a negative way, which makes them lack credibility with you, because they can't consistently meet what they've said that they're going to deliver to you, which then means that, you know, they kind of, it's a lie then. They're saying, oh yeah, I'll do this for you, this is who I am, and other elements like that, and then not sticking to it, which suggests that they're not honest and truthful about who they are. But it actually seems that it's because they don't know who to be in their life. They're kind of trying to present what works at the time, giving too much of themselves to other people in a way that is out of balance, and is quite derogatory to themselves, and makes it hard for them to have really effective and positive relationships. Let me just see what is going on. So I'm talking, this could be a romantic relationship, it could be a friend, it could be a family member. Let's just see what is going on in this relationship for pile 1 and the person that they're asking about now. Sorry, pile 1, I had to stop that for a minute. I don't know what was up with Luna. She was barking at something. But what this is saying is, so this current status of the relationship with this person, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, it is fated. You are meant to be in each other's lives as part of learning at a soul level, as part of assisting each other on this path. So there may be elements through this where it's teaching you to have compassion or to have less control. It feels like it could be maybe frustrating with this other person, because they just can't be consistent or grounded. It does feel like they're quite ungrounded. There may be some neurodiversity element to this other person. Just take that if it resonates, leave it behind if it doesn't. But because there's so much going on in the headspace and they want to do all these, they've got so much love to give, but it kind of gets messed up. This compulsive need to keep moving on. So there's a compulsive need to keep doing and doing and doing, but there may also be a compulsive need to not be settled with anybody. That might be difficult as well. I want to see, let me just see, I didn't get these cards out before I started. Bear with me, apologies, Taiwan. Let's see if we can get any cards about. In fact, I want to use different cards. How does pile one's person feel? How does pile one's person feel, please, Spirit? Okay, so they're going through some real major changes, which are possibly, you might not even be able to see them from the outside, pile 2, but they may require a little bit of compassion from you, because they're letting go or trying to let go of ways of being from the past, of things from the past that aren't any good for them. There may have been an actual death in their environment, or something that's coming up for them about someone, or even a pet or something, you know, like if there's something or somebody who's passed away, or that they're letting go of different things in their life, this could be quite a big upheaval, which might be triggering this behaviour even more, where they're struggling to find balance, but trying to find balance. So I feel like you may need to have some compassion towards them. And this is probably a big reason why the lie element's coming in, because they may be struggling to adjust to the changes and shifts, and maybe try, if they've got difficulties in their past, they may be acting with like a trauma response as well, pile 1. Just be aware of that. Or even if they're acting in response to kind of a parent element. So sometimes, even when we're grown-ups, you might be inquiring about a child, but even when we're grown-ups, it can be really hard to step away from that notion of, oh my goodness, I might get in trouble for this. Now that can be created by getting in trouble as a child, getting in trouble at school, getting in trouble by parents, getting in trouble if you've been in a more volatile relationship in the past. And there may be a need to shift and develop from that experience, which whatever's going on between the two of you, this is part of the learning, but that might be to do why things are coming across as a lie, or why they're actually lying, because they're scared of consequences, and having to let go of previous behaviours that no longer serve them. How else does pile 1's person feel, please, Spirit? Okay, so freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. That's important to them. That's what they're trying to do. So I feel like they're really going through a big shift, you know, from the death of different behaviours, or a different way of being, or it might be a change of location, it might be a change of life, it might be a change of job. Something is going on for them that they're leaving behind, and they're stepping into a place of more freedom. But that in itself can be scary, you know, pile 1, you know, because if you are not used to that freedom, that great big wide open space can feel overwhelming. And it can be an adjustment to learn how to live with that freedom if they're not actually used to it. So just consider that. Now then, I want to know, let's just see if there's another one. Can I have one more about how pile 1 person feels, please, Spirit? Yeah, so I think they're wanting to reach out. They're wanting to start something new, a new sort of relationship, whether it's romantic or friendship or whatever. Oh, there's something hidden behind there. I didn't even see. We're going to have a look at that in a minute. That's interesting. Again, sorry, pile 1. My phone just fell out of its holder that I'm videoing on and fell down. There's a lot of very erratic energy going on with this reading, which might be representative of the person you're inquiring about, that they're just not very grounded and stable. But they do want to start something new with you, a new way of being. They really want that. They want you to be open. I think, do they want you to reach out? I think whatever this is, whether they're wanting to reach out, whether they're wanting you to reach out, they are wanting you to both have a positive relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's with a family member. They may be wanting you to reach out first. So because there's fear here, there is fear. You know, the yellow kind of represents a lot of fear. So I'm going to see, you might have seen just before that we had that moment, there's a hidden card, which is so interesting. Okay, now this again is interesting because the right way up, this is all about being willing to take risks to get what you want, to fight for what you want. So in reverse, it's kind of going, I'm really scared to step into the unknown. I'm really scared to make these changes. So I'm just going to put that there. We'll shuffle these along a little bit. So there, like I say, that the timing of that really was good. There is fear here. So try to have compassion with this person, pile 1. I'm going to get you some advice cards now. Maybe you need to ground yourself when dealing with this person because, like I say, it's been a higgledy-piggledy-jiggledy kind of reading. The energy's kind of flying about. Literally, stuff's flying about. So, just make sure that you're grounded. Don't buy into their, movement of energy too much because you don't want to be mirroring what they're going through. Because if you put two people together just like that, that's going to be very chaotic. So you try to be grounded if you can. Just be as stable as you can while they're going through this until they settle. The end of a tough cycle approaches. This is for you, pile 1. So this is a positive. If you have had a tough time with this person, or if you've gone through a tough time and this person is now coming into your life, it's positive. This is a good thing. It's very interesting. We've got the full moon in Capricorn, but that's like a gazelle with a mermaid tail. So there's transformation going on. There's transformation going on here, and I like the fact that the Capricorn is here because Capricorn does tend to be quite a solid, stable sign, and I think you are going through a transformation as well, which is maybe why there's a lot of uncertainty or a bit, you may be feeling a bit out of the water. I don't know what the saying is, I've forgotten. But, like a fish out of water. There we go. I'll get there eventually, pile 1. Now then, what else? I want one more card for you just to help you. I want one of those ones. Maybe we'll have 2, actually. Spirit. Let's have a bit more advice for pile 1. For our foxglove friend with this situation. Yeah, be willing to forgive. That's perfect, I think, for this reading. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. And I did feel like Archangel Michael is with you in this. You are protected. And I do feel like this person isn't necessarily doing anything out of malice or maliciousness. You know, it's just that they are adjusting to a lot themselves. They're kind of giving too much. They're lacking boundaries a bit, and they want to be accepted for who they are, and they probably want to be loved, pile one, you know, and appreciated and liked, which is why they're behaving in these ways. So we've got be willing to give. I'm just going to get you one more. Ah, twin flames. This person really is very important in your life, pile one. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. So we've got the fates down here, we've got twin flame here. This is a very important relationship, and sometimes when we have an important relationship come into our life, it brings a lot of turbulence because you will be pushed. It applies pressure to help you heal, to help you develop at a soul level, to help you grow, and to experience more. So just be compassionate and know that if things are being triggered for you, consider what healing you need to do on yourself without blaming the other person. Just go, well, what is this triggering, and where has this come from in me in the past? How can I heal this? How can I be more compassionate? How can I be more patient? Am I kind of suffering with control issues? You know, just whatever comes up for you, just consider that and try to breathe into things, because this is a positive shift. The end of a tough cycle approaches, pile one. I think this is great. I think this is really great. So lots of love to you, pile one. If you did like this, please do click the like and subscribe button. If you want to work with me, I do love and life coaching for people in relationships, whether it's just you or a couple, to help you progress in positivity, joy and happiness and love. And you can also book lots of different things in my shop, which is all in the description, either on my website or in the Buy Me a Coffee link where my shop is. So just have a look at those. I wish you a wonderful day. Take care, pile one. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile two. A huge warm welcome to you today, Foxglove friends. So you have chosen Guide. The light attribute of this character represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Wow, so they may have had quite a big impact on you spiritually or emotionally or just inspirationally. Shadow aspect, it says attribute, but I say aspect, places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. So it might be somebody who just is so focused on the material elements in life that that it makes things difficult. Now, I do actually know somebody who represents both these elements really, really well, where they can be super spiritual, but very wise, but actually a bit massively focused on money. And part of the development of people is sometimes we need to go through that experience to do with money and our base chakra and how we're getting security in our life, or how we're having everything we need, so that we can progress through that to a more spiritually advanced way of being. Now, I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to see what's been going on for you, because then that will help us very much to understand how this card is in play. So, pile two, what has been happening with the person that pile 2 is inquiring about, please, Spirit. What's been happening? I like the dark blue in this because it's very much about having your own authority. Very much about the choices that you make, and quite a masculine feeling. Oh, we've got the Knight of Wands again. That's interesting. So we had that straight away in pile 1. Spirit, can I have some more cards, please? Let's just get these out and we'll have a look what the story is. We've got the Hierophant. So there may be something to do with legal aspects. There may be something to do with manipulation here. Let's see what else we've got. Somebody is a stickler for the rules, who is a bit controlling maybe. Let's just have a look. We've got the Hermit, so it might be somebody who's spending quite a bit of time on their own, or isn't much of a people person. Let's have a look what else we've got. Page of Cups. So there's a degree of innocence here sometimes. Okay, I mean, I'm going to get you some more cards, but this is wow, it reminded me of somebody I know, which is why I'm laughing. So it's somebody who can be lots of fun, have lots of ideas, who can be quite innocent, and child, you know, in almost like a child way. It might be a young person you're inquiring about, but if it's an adult, they can be very, sometimes maybe they're a bit emotionally immature. Oh, and there's some grief going on. So they keep worrying, or they have sadness, or maybe they've experienced the passing of somebody, which is interesting. But it might be grief around what they're not getting, or some sadness about who they were and who they're changing into, or might be a loss, not necessarily just people having passed away, but perhaps they've been separated from their children, or from somebody who matters to them, or maybe the hermit element, they're being taken away from people that they care about. You know, if it's to do their job, they're maybe not getting to spend enough time with the people that they care about, and that's possibly causing them a lot of grief. But sometimes there might be elements of manipulation, control. You know, there's all sorts of stuff going on in here. So this is quite, take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. The Hierophant can often be someone who's quite spiritually focused sometimes, but this one is a bit more controlling. They've got their hand on the time. They're always worried about time, whether they're meeting deadlines, or whether they're meeting, you know, whether things are going through time fast enough. They might be a manager, they might be somebody high up in a company. Just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Let's see what is currently going on in the relationship between pile 2 and their person, because, and then we're gonna kind of feel into more about why they would lie. Loyal heart. Okay, this is very interesting because that's really, really positive. So whoever it is you're inquiring about either has loyalty to somebody else. Just take that if it resonates for you. Leave behind if it doesn't. But for the majority of you, it's going to be someone who is actually quite loyal to you. So there may be an element where they're lying to show off, is what I maybe want to say. There's maybe an aspect where they're lying to try and make out that things are better than they are, or that they're bigger than they are, or that they've got it together more than they, that there's something where they're possibly feeling a bit inadequate here, or they don't want to show their emotions, so they might be saying they don't feel something when they do, because actually it's too painful to acknowledge certain emotions that they really do have. Let me see how they do feel, and that will give us, where's my cards? These ones. Let's see how they're feeling. How is Pile 2's person feeling, please, Spirit? How is Pile 2's person feeling, please? That fell out for Pile 1 as well. Interestingly, I did say that Pile 1 and 2 seem to be both falling under the Archangel Michael colours, with the first card was yellow and the second was blue, and then the third is green, which is the colour of Archangel Raphael. So I felt like the angels were supporting in this, and I think there is protection around you, Pile 2. I don't know why I suddenly started saying that. Because this fell out for Pile 1 as well. Interesting. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So this is different for this pile to Pile 1, because I can feel there's a drive. This is what they're trying to create. There's so much blue in these cards, and that's very much about having a vision for the future, trying to make things happen, they may be trying too much, trying to be something, when actually inside them is the child element of who they are, which sort of crops up every now and again, but they may be sort of trying to be a grown-up when they're not as much of a grown-up as they'd like to think, because we've all got an inner child, and whether this is somebody young or whether it is actually a grown-up, it's like they're trying to have authority over their life, to be more in the masculine energy maybe, because we've got so much of the blue, but trying to be an authority, Pal, too, so that they can create happiness in their world. Like if they just control it and just sort of have enough, make things be the way they want them to be, if they can make that happen, then they will be happy. And that's what I want to say. So that might be why lies are coming up, because they're possibly trying to embellish what they are to make it seem better and bigger and more positive, but they are loyal to you, Pal 2. So it's sort of, their behaviour is part of the human condition, rather than trying to be unkind to you, or trying to pull one over. You know what I mean? It's kind of, so they feel like, whether this is relating to a friendship or a romantic relationship or family or whatever, the friendship element between the two of you is important. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Maybe they've got a friend who is affecting how they think and what they're doing, and then or somebody else who's trying to affect how they're behaving. Might be too much of an influence on them. Oops. And then we've got gratitude as well. So they are grateful. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So they're trying to make the most of the opportunities they've got. Maybe life is a bit different for them now to what it once was, and they're going at it like a bull at a gate, trying to make the most of what they've now got, and the opportunities that they've now got. In the environment that they're in, if they're in a different environment to what they were before. They might maybe trying to impress other people in their lives, friends and things. It's kind of really positive, but maybe for you, if you're asking this question, maybe they're getting things a little bit out of whack on occasion, you know, a little bit wrong every now and again. What do I want to ask? I've forgotten what I asked in this spot here. Oh, I know what I asked. Let's get some advice for you, pal 2. Can we have some advice for pal 2, please, Spirit? So, okay, look, we've got new moon in Gemini, so the person you're inquiring about might be a Gemini, just if that resonates. But communication is important to this person and for this relationship. So feel free to be totally honest so that you can keep building the relationship. It may help to ease the grief and the sadness they've got of what they've lost in certain ways. And it may help to calm some of this trying to be the grown-up element down so that they can show the childlike element of themselves more. Perhaps in other, aspects of their life, they've had to grow up too fast. Perhaps they've had to be the responsible adult too quickly. And it's almost like they've not had chance to grow into that at a normal rate, so they overdo it. And it doesn't matter what age somebody is. Sometimes, even if it's happened in the past, in their childhood, where they've had to become an adult really quickly, that can carry on into their adulthood indefinitely if they feel like they need to control things, So just bear that in mind. Let me get some more advice for you, pal 2. Spirit, can I have some more advice for pal 2, please? So we have got... Ooh, look, that's so lovely. See, I know this says crystals. This says crystals, by the way, pal 2. But I just want to show you how open that person is. So as soon as I saw this card, their wings are open, their arms are open. They're not so open at the bottom half of their body, but their heart space is open and they're smiling and they're happy to be seen. The energy of crystals supports you and helps you with your present situation. So you may want some grounding crystals, you may want some protective crystals. Amethyst is pretty good for absolutely everything, for grounding and protecting, and with this colour here, that's really, really good. You may want some tourmaline just to clear any negative energies. That's really positive, especially if you're feeling a bit negative about what's going on. If their behaviour is triggering anything for you, tourmaline's really, really good for helping to clear. You just hold it in your hand and keep it in your pocket, and it's really effective. It just kind of clears what's going on. Interestingly, the other advice card we've got is books. So we've got crystals and books, isn't that? That's an interesting pairing of advice cards, Spirit. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. Now, I want to say that I was just looking at something. I want to say that you may want to journal how you feel. You may want to write things down. I feel like with these 2 cards here, you need to set yourself a nice little space in time to have a spiritual moment. Whether that's sitting reading a book that you really love with crystals around you, or sitting with a crystal and meditating with it, or journaling. You need to take little bits of time out for you to focus on you, to balance your energy out. to calm it down, because that will help with the situation. It may also help you to process what you're thinking if you journal things, so that you can communicate effectively in this relationship as well. So, pile 2, thank you so much for watching. If this resonated or you liked it, please do click the like and subscribe button. If you want to work with me, feel free to pop onto the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description, and on there you can either buy me a coffee, which is always hugely appreciated, or I actually have at the very top of the screen there's a little word that says shop. You can click on there and you can have past life regression with me, one-to-one spiritual readings, all sorts of stuff. If you want to work with me as a love life and intuitive coach, go on to my website, which is also in the description, and you can contact me on there via the Let's Talk page. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading today. So you have picked the Advocate card, and this shows that the light attributes, it says, inspires you to put compassion into action, while the shadow attributes are embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. So we will have a look at what this is about. But I'm just feeling into this, and it's interesting because I have recognised in life the people who seem quite shiny and smiley, and they're doing all these lovely things, but actually when it comes to genuine kindness that's required when nobody's looking, they don't always do it, because they're trying to seem nice. They're trying to put themselves forward as being nice because they want to appear nice. They want people to think well of them. Can apply to narcissistic people who are, pretending to be super nice. But we'll see what's going on. We're not going to make any judgments at this moment yet. I'm going to see what's going on first, because I'm starting to get some information, but I want to make sure that I tie in. Let's see what we get coming up here. Spirit, please, can I have... I can't help but keep looking at the different materials that are mismatching. So it's like this person doesn't make sense. I just want to add that. It's like this person doesn't seem to make sense. So maybe they've got the Jekyll and Hyde element, where one minute they're being super nice, the other minute they're saying things that seems to cause hurt and upset. And you're like, are they nice? Are they not nice? I just don't know. That's how I feel. Oops, my earphone's falling out. Right, so Spirit, please can I have some more information about who this person is, what they've been doing, so that we know that we're on the right track for pile 3. So we've got the Hierophant, which can be to do with legal elements. It might be somebody who was a head teacher, or who is a head teacher, or there might be legal elements involved, or a judge. We've got the world's best boss on there. Look, might be somebody who is a keen leader. And it's interesting because we've got Advocate on there. So that's a similar thing in a way, that it's somebody who wants to lead, who wants to be, positive about things. We've then got the 8 of Cups, which can be to do with finding a soul purpose, leaving something behind, to possibly being pushed to leave something behind where they almost didn't have a choice. Maybe they've had to leave their job or something. Let's see what's going on. What's been going on for pal 3's person? Got the 2 of Wands, so they've walked through a doorway. They've started a new chapter in their life, potentially. What else has been going on for pal 3's person? We've got the Eight of Wands, so things happened quickly. Oh, that's swift news. Let's get some more information. So obviously we're looking at why has this person lied, and I'm still with that notion that something doesn't seem to have made sense. But it looks like they've got an awful lot going on in their lives. Then we've got the Six of Swords. Interesting. Oh, let me get one more card. Let's put those over here. Oops, sorry, folks. That was me pinging on some of my equipment. Right, what else has been going on for pal? Three's person, please. Fear. Interesting. Let's put that up there. This is very interesting because the person that you're inquiring about has been through a lot. They've been through a lot of changes very quickly. It's been quite scary, even if they haven't seemed like they've been afraid. It has been quite scary, and this might be why they haven't come across as being, well, might be why it seems like they've lied. Perhaps they've not actually intended to lie. It's just that they've been going through so many different things, especially leaving something behind, that they haven't been able to keep up with the changes that have been going on in life, and therefore haven't been able to fully commit and keep to what they've said they were going to do, because their focus has been on so many other things, to the point where they can't even put the right outfit together. Can't even dress themselves properly because they've got so much going on, and it's been stressful and it's been difficult for them and it's been fearful. You know, they've been afraid. They've had a difficult time. Let me just get a card about what is currently going on in the relationship between you and this person, pal 3. There's some sort of structure, authority, making sure that they do things in the right way to try and make things right. There might have been a contract for something new involved. So why have we got both elements? So we've got the advocate, somebody who's trying to do the right thing, wants to lead the way in life, wants to be positive and trying to make positive changes. May have got themselves involved in supporting a particular cause. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. Maybe there is an element that, take this, if this resonates, take it. If it doesn't, then leave it behind. But for some people, I think these changes have needed to happen for pal 3 because they needed it to happen for them. They needed something for them rather than keep living in the life that they were living in, and it's been scary to go through this shift and changes. But for others it might have been for personal gain, where they've just not thought about others quite as much. You know, it might have been a bit selfish. I feel like there could have been some jealousy on some occasions. With some people there might have been elements of jealousy about what the people had got, or there might have been maybe a bit in an ego space, but that's just for some. Leave that behind if it doesn't resonate. I'm just putting those things out there. Go the distance. So this person is trying to really, really progress and get to the finish line. They're trying to get the most out of life that they can somehow. And I think we might have a couple of things going on here, because for some this feels positive, innocent, and like it's been a tough time for them and they're trying to do the best that they can, which is where we've got the light attribute. Somebody who is inspirational, somebody who's trying to do, you know, good things for their family, for their friends, for their relationship, for the relationship between the two of you, for other people. Some of the people you're inquiring about may be totally so self-motivated, and just trying to get what they want in life in a bit of a selfish way. So let's have a look. How is your person feeling? Pile 3. Pile 3. How is your person feeling? What I'm getting from this is that whatever the reasoning is going on behind this, for you, Pile 3, I feel like you've kind of been a bit pushed to the side in some ways because of all the stuff that's going on for them. And you may have felt a bit out in the cold. You might be feeling a bit overlooked, a bit unappreciated, a bit like you don't matter as much. That's how it kind of feels. And I think when I set all the cards out, I said piles 1 and 2 are about Archangel Michael. It's to do with protection, that they can know that they're protected and that everything's okay. Pile 3 was very much Archangel Raphael energy, which is about healing. And I feel like this healing for you needs to take place. Maybe the 8 of Cups is about the two of you being separated or leaving each other or breaking up. Just take that if it resonates. Whether it's for others, it might be that their person has actually left something, whether it be a job or some sort of situation or friendship or something, But I think as part of this, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more focus for you, Pile 3, on yourself and away from what's going on with them. Yeah, so this person that you're inquiring about is very self-motivated, whether they intend to be unkind or not. Look, I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. They are very, through all of this, they're really self-motivated. They want what they want, and there may be fears driving this behaviour, but I feel like you're getting a bit railroaded in the process. Yeah, we've got balance and fear again. So we've got fear twice, that's what they're feeling. They're feeling fear. So why is Pile 3's person feeling such fear, Spirit? Fear that they're going to miss out, fear they're not going to get what they want. If there are narcissistic elements to your person, then quite often the ego element within that can relate to a very childlike element where they're scared they're not going to get everything that they want in life, that they're not going to be safe, that they're not going to have what they need, that nobody loves them, that nobody cares about them, that they've got to come first and got to be important. There's that element to it. They're afraid of judgment, afraid of being judged. Just take this if it resonates, leave it behind if it doesn't. But for some of you, Pile 3, this person is wanting to focus on what they're doing, wanting to bring more harmony into their world, and there's a fear around not getting what they want, whether they're not going to get enough love, whether they're not going to get enough money. They're acting out of fear, I think, is the key aspect to this, Pile 3. Now, whether you act in compassion for that or not depends on how extreme their behaviour has been. Let's have a look what the advice is for you, Pile 3. Spirit, can we have some advice for Pile 3, please? Perhaps they've even gone quiet on you and disappeared briefly. I feel like we've got a real different lot of scenarios going on here. Pile 3, what's the advice, please? step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so what I feel with that is, for you, pal 3, for you, Foxglove friend, it's important that you don't keep repeating the same dynamics with this person as you have done previously. It's important that you start to do what's right for you. Start to do what's right for you, and go from your heart space. So if you feel like this person is wanting the best, is trying to do the best to get balance and trying to do the best for your relationship, you know, that they're an advocate, that they're trying to go through different things in life, had these changes, and that they're trying to make the best choices in life in a positive way, then I think the key is to make sure that they make sure that your connection is done in a positive way. Speak openly about how you feel, or if you aren't in contact in some way, make sure that you're doing what's right for you. I'm going to get you a few more advice cards. Make sure that you're doing what's right for you and don't be afraid. So you might be mirroring some fear in certain ways, even if you're going through fear about different things. Yeah, so we've got a card that says, I feel the same. That's from them. I think there might be an element of mirroring. So if something's getting triggered, just consider what their behaviour around you, what's it making you feel? Because it's probably what they feel, even if it's not about the same subject. So just recognise that. Spirit, what other advice have we got for pal 3, please? Third eye chakra, okay, is safe for you to see the energy of love in all of its forms, such as angels, auras and visions. From my perspective, it is safe for you to see the reality of what is going on here. So don't make excuses for the person. Genuinely see what is going on. Recognise that they're acting out of fear, but do what is right for you in this scenario. Spirit. What else we got for power 3? Yeah, visualise your success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. So, whatever's going on for your pal 3, step out of the negative, because I feel like they're possibly going through a bit of negativity and stuff. Step out of that, even if it's about how this relationship will be in the future. Put yourself in a positive way. Think about what you want to achieve in life and make sure you're focusing on having positive outcomes for you, so that you're less focused on this other person. It's like you need to bring your energy back to you, so that you can focus on what is right for you, because you can only control things within your you can only change and manage things within your control. So you can't keep focusing on somebody else and going, oh, I want them to do this, I want them to do that, or why are they doing this, why are they doing that. I feel like you need to step back from that a little bit and go, right, what do I need? What do I need for me? What do I need for me to feel happier now? What do I need for me to feel at peace now? What do I need for me to get through today? You know, in whatever way that happens, empower yourself to step away from any sort of victim mentality or anxiety or anything like that. Empower yourself to recognise what you need for you and then take action based on that. Thank you for watching, Pal 3. I wish you lots of luck and best wishes. If you want to work with me, please feel free to either contact me via my website, which is in the description section. And on my website, there's a Let's Talk page. You can fill in a form there so that we can work together on coaching and different things. Or you can go onto my Buy Me a Coffee link, and on there at the very top of the screen is a little title that says shop. You can click on there and there's all sorts of things you can buy. So like a one-to-one reading with me, past life regression, you know, whatever you need. Lots of love and luck to you. Thank you for watching. Take care, Pal 3. Bye-bye.